I'm Lee West from Gamereactor. I'll be your spy for today, and I've got another agent here.
I'm Hal Milton, designer on the agency. Comment doesn't allow me to say any more without, having to at least wipe your brain afterwards.
Do you have any intel on the agency?
A minor amount of intel that's come out of chatter channels that we've been monitoring over the past 6 months that has to do with elite agents living lives of extreme adventure, destruction, exotic locales. We've gotten some other scattered lines that have to do with guns and cars and operatives, but I'm sure it'll all come together at the end.
Factions, anything like that? Can you tell us about that?
There's been a lot of activity between both Unite and Paragon. Unite, the formerly disgraced agency that used to be part of the United Nations, and Paragon, the paramilitary global operations network, who are just doing their own thing with as much firepower as possible. We think that there's going to be a big showdown between them and others, but it's really going to be up to you guys to figure this out.
It's out on the PC as well, isn't it?
Absolutely, yes. There's both PS3 and PC. Both the parity. We're not just porting one to the other. We're developing for both boxes simultaneously with a great deal of care and love. We've only lost about 4 or 5 agents while we've been trying to work on this so far, but one was just a wood chipper accident. We're hoping the rest are just similarly random.
I've heard something about pleasing shooter fans and MMO fans. How did they go about that?
We're going to be packaging at least $50 to $100 with each box that we're going to give to... No. The way that we do that is by embracing the skill of the shooter player while the social and persistent elements of the MMO are layered on top. So if you love shooters, you're going to have a great time in this game. And the second you scratch the surface, you're going to discover persistent long-term content you haven't experienced in another online console game.
Are we going to sit and fiddle with our joypad, or...?
Oh, well, you're going to really want to play with the controller because we've done some really amazing things to streamline the interface. One of the things about an MMO on a PC is that the chatter gets crazy. You can't even manage what you're seeing on screen. With a console, we've got to support standard definition resolution, 640 by 488. That requires an elegant challenge that we think we've risen to meet so that you'll be able to communicate and play using your PS3 controller. But if you want to use the chat pad, if you want to use a keyboard, we'll support that too.
And a mouse?
Well, I'm certain that my boss would commit to more, but we'll see. We want the gameplay to be even for all players on each platform. So right now with aim assist and magnetism on the controller and somebody playing on a PC and keyboard, we can't guarantee they'll have the same experience. So rest assured, it's going to play great based on what platform you play it on. And if those other things are offered up, that's a friendly bonus that came out of the wash when we tested it with everybody else.
I've heard something about different classes, and you made some quite interesting choices there.
Yeah, what we've said is we don't want players to get locked into any one role. There's nothing worse than you play a game for 5 hours and you're like, God, I hate being a frickin' wizard. Then you have to go back and re-roll and play the same 5 hours again as a warrior. And we wanted to avoid that. Instead we said you are what you wear. Do you feel like being a stealth agent tonight? Put on a stealth outfit, go out, you'll gain experience, you'll get better at that role. But you can change into a combat outfit and gain experience in a combat role, or change into a support outfit, gain experience in a support role. We don't have to worry about people being able to tank mage their way to the end though, because you can only be one thing at one time. And that loadout, those skills, those abilities are unique to those roles. So you're going to get to explore. It's kind of like having 6 characters in one, not including both factions. So you're going to get to explore a whole lot of gameplay based on whether or not you had a bad day and you want to blow everybody up, or you had a touchy-feely day and you want to support them with health and armor and traps. So, yes.
Okay, is it going to be easy to switch between the roles?
Absolutely. It's as easy as returning to a facility, going to your locker, and managing which outfits you have loaded on. So you've got 2 outfits you bring with you into the field. Your role outfit, combat, stealth, and support, and your alias outfit. That's your tuxedos or your streetwear, your club wear. It lets you get into the high-stakes casino. They won't let you in with your role outfit, but you get in a tuxedo, sneak to the back, hit another changing area, change into your stealth outfit, now go through a combat sequence in the back of that casino trying to find the intel that your agency requested.
So we'll be able to pimp ourselves up?
Oh, yeah, hell yes, yeah. What's the point of building thousands upon thousands of clothing combinations if we don't want to let you use that for fun?
It seems like you've been able to tame the beast finally.
Well, we have a number of great technicians here. Being part of Sony Computer Entertainment America allows us to actually take advantage of all those skilled resources that have worked on a whole bunch of really successful projects. So between using Unreal 3, which has been getting refined more and more for the PS3, and having SOE to help us with our server technology, and having SCEA to help us unlock the potential of all the cell processors within the PS3, we've been having a great time of it thus far. challenges galore always exist for any group, but it's a pretty powerful box to push content onto.
And in regards to beta testing, when can we expect to do that?
When it's ready for you. When we think our little baby is strong enough to take all the punches and hits that you guys are going to necessarily deliver to us. I can't commit to a date. I want to, but if I did, I'd probably be lying, and then I'd be murdered by people here.
Okay, it seems we have to send you back to the field to do some more research.
Sadly enough, deep cover operation involves lots of Big Macs and hopefully a fair amount of beer.